Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first Galactic Stronghold stream. My name is Eric Musco, and I'm joined by
Toby McCall.
You guys might remember Toby. Toby and I had great fun before showing you. I think it was Flash. It was a Flashpoint, right?
Yeah, it was Zerka.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
And
here he is.
Here's our third producer. Jack Wood will be joining us in camera. Feel free to swing in.
Get in close.
I'm gonna slide back. We're in a tiny position. Okay, so those of you in chat, let us know if there's any problems with mic volume, with game volume, any of that stuff. We'll be sure to adjust it. So why don't we start by talking about what we are going to show you and what we're going to talk about today. All right. So the main things we're going to talk about today are. Why don't you guys talk a little bit about that?
Jack?
Yeah, sure. Trying to get in camera.
Yeah, there you go.
Slowly but surely. So, first things first. I don't know what you guys have said so far. Obviously, we're on Nar Shaddaa right now. One of the things I know that after reading Jesse's blog that people are talking the most about, other than probably legacy storage, which we're not going to talk about right now, is the hook system. So there's lots of discussion about why we made the design choices we did to use the hook system, that sort of thing. All I can say is we thought long and hard about this. We wanted to make the overall decoration system as easy and intuitive to use, and also give you as much flexibility as possible. So, you know, there's lots of, with the environments that we have with Nar Shaddaa and Tatooine and Core and DK, there's so many little niches and nuances to the strongholds that if you did free placement, there's so many things that wouldn't fit right or wouldn't look right and would be really difficult to line up and create symmetry and that kind of stuff. So we want to make things as easy as possible for you guys, make it look as good as we could, and also give you as much flexibility as possible. So we're trying to give you kind of the best of both worlds as much as we can.
So just as a note for you guys, because I know you guys are going to have a ton of questions about strongholds, especially since this is the first time that we're really going to show it off to you. Today, on today's stream, we're going to talk primarily, and by primarily I mean only, about the layout editor and how that functions, and decorations. How you get them, what they are, what they look like, that type of thing. Any questions outside of that stuff? We know you're going to have a lot of questions about guild ships and conquest and a lot of that stuff. We will be talking about all of that. We're going to be doing the next 4 weeks. We're going to, from now until Strongholds launches, we're going to be doing one of these every week about a different topic. So if we're not talking about exactly what your questions about this week, come back and we'll definitely be talking about it. So.
Yep.
With that, you guys want to jump in?
Yeah.
Yep. Get a stronghold in.
Here we are in Nar.
Did you show the ship out behind you?
I haven't done that yet, so little beauty right there.
You've got your landing pad. Yes, you can put player ship out there. It's not a player ship that you can run off and use and fly off to or with. It is a decoration, but you can place your player ship or other ships, as you can see right here. Go ahead and hit the edit mode there.
So
let's see the.
We'll jump into edit mode, and so you can see the hooks that we have here. These areas designate where the decorations will be placed. So by clicking on that hook, we enter the edit mode UI here, and you can see that we have different vehicles listed here, different things we can pop in.
This is called, obviously this is the Starship hook. This is the largest hook we have in the game. We're going to show the different variations you can put the ships in. There's also the that right there.
Yeah. So you can put your ship in, and you can also
even put something like that in.
A little crazy if you want.
So one thing I should say as they're walking you through everything, please understand if you see any funkiness with art or textures or stuff, we are literally actively developing this. Literally as we speak, there's people out on the floor doing it right now. So any weirdness that you see, don't be surprised by it. Again, this is all still currently being developed. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll apply those changes there.
So obviously that'll fit nicely on Tatooine, but yeah, sure, it can go anywhere.
Yeah. Easy to get up here, not a problem.
Exactly.
So let's enter edit mode again. So we have a color system for the hooks here. You can see there's some blue, green, and purple. These designate the different size of decorations that can go inside these hooks. So if we click on this purple area here, this is our floor large hook. So these are large decorations that can go into that
for
hook.
the moment.
For the moment, yeah, exactly. So the category breakdown allows you to break it down into different categories of, let's say we want to place a bed here. We can do that. We can place the hut lounger. and place it in that space. We can also, let's maybe want to place a chair in here. We can,
Or your workbench.
yeah, let's place a workbench right there. Yeah.
Or your table. Yep. Switch the layout around.
Yep. So we can also, starting with that large layout, we can switch it and maybe want to break it down into something more customizable. So we can break it down into, let's do 4 mediums and some narrow columns there. So once we apply that layout, then we have medium hooks, these blue hooks here, where we can place individual decorations.
And like Toby said too, you can, once you place a decoration, you can move the item around inside that hook. So you can rotate it, you can move it on the X and Y axis, so you have some freedom there. And then also we have what you just put on top of, kind of the large glowing things that stick out of the floor. Those are what we call the rug hooks. So you can actually put rugs underneath them and then have the items on top.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So let's do that. Let's go over here and let's click on a rug hook, and we can put in this decorous hotel rug.
It looks like Vegas.
Yeah, it does. And there we go. There's our rug. So the idea behind that, the layouts with the hook system is to give players that want to go in and adjust their layouts to be more customizable, to break them down, have that ability to go in there and make those changes to make their stronghold look completely different than anyone else's. However, if you don't have a lot of time, or you just kind of want to quickly put together something, the default setting will allow you to do a lot of decoration placement right off the bat without a lot of work.
Yep.
So one of the questions that we're seeing a bunch of different variations of, but it's basically all the same question, is how do you get decorations?
Wow.
I know that's a very broad question, but we're getting a lot of very specific variations, but I figure if you want to talk broadly about it for now.
Sure. There's 3 primary ways to get decorations. We want to give some love to the crafters. So crafters will be able to create components that you can trade in to a crafting droid in exchange for decorations. Yes, you can place the droids on your stronghold itself. You can actually even create or place your crafting elements on your stronghold as well. You can find drops within operations and flashpoints and things like that. Different vendors will have decorations, reputation track, and we'll also have cartel market items as well that you can get. And we can have dancing on the tables. And we'll go into more detail on those things as the upcoming weeks get closer.
Sure.
Any kind of activity in the game, any kind of reward track that's already in place, decorations will be part of it.
Yep.
So, and this is probably going to be something that's tied into the individual layouts themselves. But is there a maximum items per house limit? I'm seeing that question asked quite a bit.
There's a finite number of hooks that you can place things in, but it's a large amount. So especially like on Tatooine, if you look at the way we have Tatooine set up, which you'll see here shortly in a little bit, Tatooine is huge and has just an incredible number of decoration options that you can put stuff in. So I'm not going to say you can only put X number of decorations in your stronghold, but as you expand your stronghold, you actually get the ability to place more and more, obviously. And also as you expand out, more people can come visit your stronghold. You increase your occupancy, and of course you can have your decoration count increase as well.
Exactly.
Someone asked a follow-up to something that you said, is what crafting professions or what crew skills are going to be able to actually make things?
So like I said, more information on that coming soon, but there's going to be a wide variety of options available to crafters and professions for that. And so, we want to make it to where people who do synth weaving will create items that are relevant to that.
Right.
So they'll be all in line with the different crafting professions.
Right.
Look how cozy that is.
Nice.
So nice.
You've made quite the nice little lounge there.
It is, and look, and the rug ties the room together. It really does. Just bring it all together.
It's a thing of beauty.
It is. So our floor hooks, I think we've kind of gone over those. You'll see medium, a narrow medium there. We have small and large. We also have that same kind of concept for the wall. So On the walls, you'll see we have large hooks here, nice banners that you can put into your large wall hooks, but we can change those using the layout button to mix up what we want to show on the wall. And these are the ones that we have so far. I think these work really well, and allow you to do all kinds of customization if you want to really get in there and tweak what we have available.
And same thing on the wall hooks. You can move things up and down and left and right. We're not going to let you rotate into the walls or some crazy stuff like that. Obviously, it just doesn't look good, and we want to make it as easy for you as possible to make it look good.
And then we'll just put a few little lights up there.
And once we get further into the stronghold, I've decorated a few things in here, some thematically. So there's you'll see a kind of a Jedi Knight themed room, more of a Sith room, and there are other areas at the bottom of the stronghold, like the garage, which we'll see if we have time to actually get down that far and show you that. But it's a huge area that's open outside that you can park your mounts, your mini pets, all your vehicles, things like that in. And for those of you wondering too, when you do place your, let's say you place a droid, like the Gaunt droid, you can hear him making his noises throughout your stronghold, which is always fun.
Beautiful. Let's take a look. Let's go walk in
Sure.
a little bit further. Yep. Is your foyer here? Oh, there's our computer.
At some point as we walk through, we should talk about scope as well, because I know one of the things that people will see is that if you're a subscriber leading up to the launch of Strongholds, that you get, depending on at what point you were a subscriber, you'll be getting Nar Shaddaa plus X amount of rooms.
Yep.
So keep that in mind as you're looking at these rooms, that you'll be adding
open one.
up to 3 rooms to your Stronghold.
Yeah.
Just by being a subscriber.
Yeah, for
by July 15th.
Yeah, subscribers who were subscribers by May 11th, I think it was. You have the unlock plus 5 rooms, and then July 15th is the unlock plus 3 rooms.
Sure.
So we've got a little droid factory going on here, a repair bench, and some other missiles and weapons caches, things like that.
So,
And-
okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I was going to say, one of the things too, that we're trying to make it easy too, when you open up the decoration editor, you'll be able to see where these items come from. So say you go visit someone else's stronghold, you're like, I want to know how you get that item. It'll have a source, and you can see in the preview window, kind of underneath the window, will tell you how to get that item, what boss drops this particular decoration, that sort of thing. So you know where to get everything.
Sure. Yeah. So one of the questions that we're seeing a lot is what the interactivity is with the objects that you're placing. So I know you've talked about, like, if you have a Gaunt droid, you'll be able to hear their sounds or something. People are asking, of course, like the ability to sit in chairs, the ability to lay on beds. Like what interactivity level is there with different types of things that you're placing in your house?
So there will be some interactable items in there that you can have polos or things like that you can do. Like I said, there's some crafting things that you can do, dropping your all the items you need to actually get your elements to craft with.
Sure.
So there are not everything is interactable, but there are some things that you can drop to be interactable with.
Sure.
And there may be toys.
Could be.
I'm not. I mean, who knows?
Could
There
be.
could be things that you could click on that do things.
Sure.
It's quite possible.
Yeah.
It's a little more of a Jedi Knight room. The thing you see in the back with the glowing, those are your datacrons, obviously. This is something you can get for collecting all of the datacrons on the light side.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a little more difficult to get, obviously, but it's very cool looking.
And there's our dark datacrons. Yeah.
I want you to know that the chat just lost their mind when you sat in that chair.
Ah,
You
yeah.
sat slash chair and went
Little
in and sat
secret
down
there.
a little bit in it.
Just a little secret we're going to give you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll also see that we have these things we're calling arrangements. You can see these, the arrangement of couch and cantina, coffee table there. We're going to offer decorations that are groups of decorations you can easily put down to create nice little environments in your stronghold. They'll be a little more difficult to get, a little more sought after because they're really, really cool and detailed. But that's also another way for our players to decorate their strongholds easily, quickly, and really come up with some nice looking stuff.
Sure.
Yep. And as you can see, those only take up one slot, one hook, so you
Yep.
still have the option of adding other stuff to it.
Mhm. think I should definitely put a consumption droid in there. Yeah, I think we should do that.
As he dispenses money freely.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Someone just walk up and give me money.
Yes. So as you see, this is kind of the vestibule here. There's staircases on either side that lead down into this main room, and you've got a giant balcony outside.
Mm-hmm. We haven't talked much about the ceiling hooks. There are also large hooks up here that you can place lights on the ceilings. So you have the option to actually change the lighting in your stronghold to some degree.
And the lighting that you place actually does affect the lighting of what you have there, correct?
Yes, some of them actually do affect the lighting here.
And so obviously this is a great place to put like companions, for example. People are going to want to know how the companions work. I can answer that now. So you can place companions that your character, say your Jedi Knight, would normally get. You can place here in these places, in these little slots here. And then if you log in with your Inquisitor, for example, and you come here, you want to place Ken Ball, you can place Ken Ball. But if you log back in with your Jedi Knight, you'll see Ken Ball there, but he'll be like a holo. So your character will see the companions that are relevant to that character, and then we'll see holos of other characters. So you could ultimately place all your companions throughout your stronghold.
Mm-hmm. A nice little burial urn. Right
So
here.
one thing that ties into that, some of the questions that I've seen, I think this is probably for people that aren't as informed about some of the earlier stuff we've talked about with strongholds, is questions about legacy and basically how is it character specific, is it legacy wide? So it is a legacy wide stronghold.
Correct.
If you want to talk a little bit about what that means, basically.
Sure. So obviously any of your characters on your legacy can log in and use the stronghold. And so just because one character bought it doesn't mean that that's the only one that can use it. So your other characters can come in and use it as well. And probably another interesting question is, can my Jedi Knight go to my Droman Koss stronghold?
Sure. No one has asked that yet, but that is a very good question.
Yes. So we want to make it as, we thought long and hard about how well this would fit into fiction, and should we let you do it, and that kind of stuff. But we decided that we're going to put some fiction in the game that will make it possible for you to have your Jedi Knight go visit your Droman Koss stronghold, for example, and vice versa. And I'll save for the fiction on how it's going to work exactly for once you get in and actually get to see it for yourselves. But it's fun. It's pretty neat to do.
Sure. So someone just asked a very interesting question. I'm going to float this up and see if you want to answer this right now or not. Someone asked, can I put background music in my stronghold?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Toby,
yes, we are going to have hooks that accept jukeboxes for different tracks of music. Each jukebox will have multiple selections. So we're still developing that now, but we are going to be allowing that, and there'll be more to come in the future too. So
sure.
Many tracks for you to play during parties or just when you're chilling at home.
Yeah.
Let's put...
I see one quick question on there. I'll just answer real fast. And it was, do the strongholds, are they attached to fleet chat? Strongholds are actually part of your planet chat. So if you're on Nar Shaddaa, you'll see Nar Shaddaa chat. If you're on Tatooine, you'll see Tatooine chat. That sort of thing.
Placing some Andronicus.
Yeah, put him on the wrong hook here. Right there. There you go. Oh, where's your britches, buddy?
Yeah, some of them aren't quite dressed yet. Dressed for the occasion.
Let's take a look at the main room in here.
So just as a reminder, while Toby is floating around and throwing some stuff, so the main thing we're talking about today is we're talking about what you're looking at right now, which is edit mode inside of the actual stronghold, and talking a bit about decorations, what they are, what their function is, how you get them, that type of stuff. So any of the other questions that I see some of you guys are asking about guild stuff and conquest and that kind of thing, we'll be answering those in future streams, just not today.
Yep. This is only a small part of everything that's going to be in 2.9.
Correct. And I suppose any general questions about strongholds as a system we could probably answer as well.
Sure.
Like someone just asked, can you only have one stronghold?
No, you can have multiple strongholds. So you could have one, you could own Core, Droman Koss, Nar Shaddaa, and Tatooine. You could own all four. We're still in the discussion phases about future strongholds and what that means, but for right now, you could own all four, for example.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people ask me like, "What future planets are you looking at?"
Yes.
I would say, strongholds isn't out yet, so
yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll get you the four, and then we can have the conversation about other ones.
Yeah. Let's see if we can make our way out.
I'm just playing around. Let's go out to the outside.
Yeah, you may have to zoom
This
through.
is, I just absolutely love this view right here. It's
Yeah.
so nice. Let's hide this real quick.
And I will throw in the reminder to people that we still haven't doubled in a room yet. We're still walking through the stronghold. It is that large.
Yeah.
So keep in mind with just to get an idea of scope for what it means for the subscriber perk of being able to get NAR plus 3 additional rooms is how actual big that is with you getting 3 additional rooms to start into your stronghold. It's pretty sweet.
Yes. So as you can see, like this balcony out here is vast. There's a there's a lot that you can place. We actually have larger hooks out here too. If you hit the editor there.
Yeah.
So we got 3. They're not starship hooks, but they are centerpiece hooks.
Mm-hmm.
That you can place unique items in.
Mm-hmm. And these also break down, so every hook will break down into different combinations that we felt allowed us to do as much as we wanted to with the decorations as we were testing it. So you have a lot of different options there, and then there are many different. Let's see.
We want hypergate like the Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Hypergate's cool.
Yeah.
All sorts of
That
things.
is awesome.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a great view in and of itself.
Wow, that's cool.
Now, this is going to be available through reward tracks in game that are linked to the decoration. And you can imagine this one will be a fairly difficult one to get, but if you do have this and people come see your stronghold, they'll know that you did the work to get that.
Yep,
that's so cool.
It is. It's really, really nice.
And we'll talk about public listings also probably next week. But how much you decorate your stronghold, how much you expand your stronghold, how much you play the game and get different decorations will all tie into where you stand on the public listings and how high up you are, how accessible your stronghold is to people.
Sure. So one of the things I've seen a bit of information about, and this is more of a general question, is how you actually travel to and from your stronghold.
Oh, sure. Let me show the GUI there. So on your, actually cancel that for a second. Just close the window. All right, at the top of your screen right now, you'll see a brand new icon there for your strongholds. You can hit U or you can touch that. That will open up your stronghold management GUI window. And from here, it'll list out the strongholds that you own and allow you to travel to any of them from anywhere. So once you leave your stronghold, you can go back to, if you're a subscriber, you can go back to your previous location, you can go back to the fleet, you can go to your player ship, that sort of thing. So there's lots of options for when you leave your stronghold as well. Mm-hmm. So you can view all sorts of things here. And again, in the future, we'll talk about the guild button, we'll talk about key ring, where you can give out keys to other players, and what your prestige means and what your occupancy and your upgrades mean.
Sure.
Any other questions that we had?
Yeah, so someone just asked, will we be updating achievements, assuming that, well, I guess this is a 2-part question that I'm going to add in. Are there rewards tied to achievements, and if so, will we be making updates to the current achievements listing to show what those rewards might be?
Yes, so there are decoration rewards directly tied to achievements. The achievements UI will now show those in the UI, so you can tell exactly what you're going to get when you do those. So yeah, and we're really going to lean into that actually a lot. So you'll see in the future we'll create new achievement tracks so you can chase after individual decorations, and there'll be some really unique ones that we'll put in through that track.
Are free-to-play players able to access strongholds?
Oh, absolutely. It'll be available to free-to-play players in October. So if you want to get in sooner, obviously we recommend that you subscribe, which you can get in August. But if you are a free-to-play player and you want to play, then October, I don't know the exact date yet, it'll be coming in October, and you can absolutely jump in and play.
And just as a note, if you're a subscriber currently or you subscribe prior to July 15th, you will actually get this stronghold. You will get the Nar Shaddaa stronghold plus 3 of the rooms that you've seen unlocked right out of the gates.
Correct.
So definitely is a good idea, especially if you really like the stronghold, as it is. There's a good value in there, monetarily to do that.
Significant value for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just having a good time, guys.
No, please. This is. I think ultimately people will be asking questions, but they want to see what kind of crazy stuff you can do inside of their strongholds.
Yeah.
So keep pumping away on.
It's very easy to get started on this, and then 3 hours go by.
Yeah. Whatever.
Gosh.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah. And I'm actually really excited because I haven't seen most of this yet. I've missed some of our tests and stuff internally, so I haven't seen a lot of this in operation. I'm excited. I'm planning my house in my head. Oh yeah. Let's see. We're seeing a lot of questions about friends being able to access them.
Sure. So there's a couple of different ways it can happen. You can actually invite someone directly, where as long as you are logged into your stronghold, they can hop in and come to run around your stronghold with you. If you want them to be a permanent fixture on your stronghold, you can give them a key. And there are different levels for keys. And again, like I said, we'll talk about that more next week. But you can give people's keys. They can come and go as they please. You don't have to be online for them to come visit your stronghold. And then you can also list it on the public listing. So if you're super proud of your stronghold, you want people to come and visit, even that you don't know, put it on public listings. People can come and see your stronghold while you're online, so you have to be there. So you could have random strangers running around checking out your stronghold, which a lot of people will want to do because they want to see who's got what decorations and where they can get them from and that sort of thing. So it will be a lot of fun for that type of one.
Yeah. So one of the questions someone said, and this is actually intuitive in the UI, but it's a good opportunity to point it out, is someone says, let's say there's an item I want to place 4 of. Do I have to have 4 of them to do it?
Yes.
Yep. That's correct.
Yeah, so you can see in the UI that they're looking at right now, like, for example, if you go back one screen, like he had placed a sandcrawler, and you can see that it says 49 of 50. So if you want to place 50 sandcrawlers for some reason around your house, you need to collect 50 sandcrawlers, and then you can place them.
Yep. Except those can only go in one hook, Starship hooks.
Yeah.
We don't want those in your living room because they'll be sticking out all over the place. Do you want to run down to the garage and ship that to you?
Okay, yeah.
So one of the places we haven't been yet is there's a downstairs area, further downstairs area that shows the garage, which is a huge area as well. So people will be wanting to go through. So
I like these paintings a lot.
we're jumping through some of the doors because some of our doors still have the expansion cost tied to them, which we haven't finalized yet. So.
Yep.
I did see someone ask if we are on PTS right now. We're on a dev server. We're not.
Correct.
Stronghold is not on PTS yet.
Yes. In a few weeks, we'll put it on PTS. We're excited to get it up there as quickly as we can.
Yeah, and we will be sure to let you know as soon as we do.
Yeah. So here's kind of your big open air garage. You can see there's a myriad of hooks that you can place things in here. I've gone so far and thrown down a couple of turrets because I want to protect my stronghold.
Oh, yeah, definitely got to protect your stronghold
Absolutely.
because if you have people coming around, you know.
Yep.
Okay.
But I've created strongholds before, like this one downstairs, which just was a big casino. So I made giant tables and all sorts of holo signs and of course bars and underworld bars and things like that you can do.
I saw someone ask us, so if you replace an item in your stronghold, so let's say you like got rid of the speeder there,
Sure.
Does it go back as a charge or does it disappear forever?
Oh, it doesn't disappear forever. You can pick it up and place it as many times as you want.
Yeah, it's not a consumable.
Yeah.
Once you have it, you have it.
And this may be something you want to answer later, but I'm going to ask anyway, just in case. So we've seen a bunch of questions about, and this kind of goes back to the interactivity of items, is things like mission terminals, GTN terminals, that type of thing. Will those items be available to place in your house as well, in your stronghold?
Yeah. So we'll have GTN, and we'll have lots of the
You mean this guy right here?
there.
Oh yeah, that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Question and answer.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You can there's actually a smaller version of that you can put on your wall as well.
Yeah.
So there will be different kiosks and things like that you can put in your stronghold, so you don't have to you don't ever have to leave from the comfort of your own stronghold.
You're fast with this, Toby.
Yes.
I see you spent quite a bit of
Kind
time.
of like
playing
I've
around.
done it before. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you can put all sorts of things down.
Some people have asked, because they're impressed by the insane scope of how large these strongholds are, can you mount and travel around your stronghold on a mount?
You can, if you want to drop your mount and run around on your mount, you can do that in your stronghold.
Okay.
Just like if you want to have your companion following you around, you can do that, or you can also place your companion as your decoration and make them stand in place. And
one of the people put very affectionately, "Show us the other strongholds" in all caps. We will be doing that
yes,
in the future on future streams. Today we're just going to be showing you kind of the way that our theming is going to work is that each week we will potentially show you a different stronghold or one that we've shown before, and then be talking about different systems on that specific stream. So if like you have great interest in seeing Coruscant or Tatooine or something like that, wait for a future stream, and most likely you'll be able to see them.
Yeah, and I know Dromund Kaas is highly sought after. We all want to see Dromund Kaas.
Yeah.